Today I'll be breaking down the music video called Feathers by Hanego and how I shot that entire music video in about half a day. I'll be detailing all the aspects of the music video, starting from planning, lighting, set design, and production. This is how it turned out. Firstly, if you haven't seen this video, the link is in the description below. You can watch it before watching this video, or you can watch this entire video and then watch the music video. It's up to you. So initially when I heard the track, I immediately visualized an 80s garage scene. Luckily, we found an old garage. It was Rishul's grandma's. Shout out to Rishul's grandma. It was perfect for the aesthetic that I imagined, that I envisioned for the video. Knowing beforehand that the entire music video had to be shot in just one day, I had to plan accordingly. So I decided to primarily shoot the whole video in just one set, that would be the garage. I also planned to shoot a few extra masters which might be apart from the garage. Hanego being a three-piece band, I decided to shoot a live performance of the whole band, coupled with each individual performances and a few B-roll shots in between. I used the Panasonic GH5 as the main camera, paired with a Leica 12-60 lens, and a Godox LC500R as the main key light, and a TL60 as a fill light. Two cheap RGB tube lights which were blue in color, which were pretty cheap actually. They cost around rupees 300 or around $4. A tungsten porta light with a light stand and a smoke machine. So initially the garage was filled with old junk which we removed, keeping a few things behind which helped sell the look more. First we attached the LC500R to a railing at the top of the garage with a rope. Then we taped the two blue tube lights on both sides of the garage, just behind the bamboo supports. This gave it a contrast fill to the image. Then just above the frame I put the TL60 set to red, which gave a red fill to the image. Now for the backlight, I used the porta on a light stand and I put it just behind the garage and raised it enough so that it was backlighting the subjects. We then added some props in the garage which aided to the already existing props that we left behind before cleaning up the garage. And finally I added some haze into the scene with the smoke machine just to make the light rays distinct and to give an overall softer image, to give that retro feel to the image. Shout out to Rishul, Debarshi, Mihir and Rick for helping me out in the set design. The props were actually their idea. And shout out to Amir Hashmi for helping me and assisting me in the shoot. I wanted to have that VHS look in the video which was prominent in the 80s and the 90s. For those who are unaware of the VHS look, it was the look of the camcorder videos back in the 80s and 90s, which required VHS tapes to record. It was mainly 1:1 aspect ratio. Even though these videos didn't have a very high resolution back in the day, they tend to have a very overly sharpened, a very digitally sharpened image with a lot of chromatic aberration and a very distinct VHS grain or noise to the image. So first I shot a full band master performance of the entire band, where I attached the GH5 on a tripod and basically walked back and forth or dolly in and out. Using a tripod instead of a gimbal was a creative decision that I made, which gave it that authentic handheld look. Then I shot another full band master performance where I went full handheld without even using a tripod. But this time I was panning and zooming in and out just to give that old VHS handheld look. I then took the same VHS panning and zooming in and out shots of each individual performances. First Rishul's, and then Mihir's, and then at the end Debashi's. I primarily shot in the 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second. The reason being I wanted to have that flexibility in post, to have that slow motion flexibility in post in case I wanted to slow things down. Secondly, the VHS look had that prominent 1:1 aspect ratio. So I enabled the 1:1 grid markers in my camera to help me frame the shots accordingly. Then I also took some slow shutter shots, which you can basically shoot on a lower shutter speed, which gives a very dreamy look to it. Then I shot a few B-roll shots of the props and a few headbanging shots. And after that, since we had a little more time, so I decided on taking a few more extra master shots. But the thing is, they didn't come up good, so I decided not to use them. But one should always have some extra shots in case the main shots aren't enough. So anyways, I really hope that you guys got some value out of this video. If you like this kind of content, please support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.